All right, guys, so the next one we're going to go into is our quad. All right, we're going to get a foam roller for this one. All right, you're going to go and we do the front of the quad. Really, the rectus femoris is what we're trying to hit, which is more of that hip flexor muscle first. All right, so you're going to get on top of the foam roller just like this. Okay, the left knee will come out to the side. Right, so if I was to show you from this angle, the knee will just come out to the side. So it allows you to understand how to kind of create that leverage point to help you leverage more weight onto the side. Now, the first thing you got to notice is where are you in this position? Is your hips in something like this, where they're just making this crazy arch in our lower back and our hips are up in the sky? If so, we're going to focus on pulling our belly button in, right? So focus on pulling that belly button in to open up your lower back before anything else. And you'll notice you'll put more pressure onto the foam roller without doing anything else. So I'm going to go into it and pull my belly button and breathe into my lower back. And right around here is where I'm looking for, is allowing the lower back to be flat and open. So now I feel a little bit more pressure onto the actual hip flexor. Now, of course, you can play with the ranges on where the foam roller is. If you need to go a little higher, go a little higher. Wherever you're chasing pain, right? So if you need to go a little lower, go a little lower. And once you find that spot, we're going to focus on pulling the belly button in, right? And exhale. And allow that to stay open. Okay, we're just acclimating to the pressure. And then from here, with the upper body, we're going to learn how to leverage away from the floor to allow our spine to open up even more, to now pull more slack and allow our body to decompress more and to help leverage the position. So I'm thinking about pushing away from the floor. And to give you good cueings is think about the elbows a little tighter towards the body, and they're out underneath our shoulders, just like this. They're not too tight here. They're not too far away from us. We have a good area that we're kind of like stacked on top. Then from here, you're going to focus on pulling that belly button in. And now we're going to add some movement to it. So this movement that we're going to add is just a hamstring curl. And what you're going to feel is your glute and your hamstring contract while your quad wants to open up, okay? Now, the main thing that's going to help with this is making sure you do not lose your lower back. What that means is if I go here and I start curling and I go into this position, this is a no. This is the behavior we got to get out of, right? So we're going to focus on, pulling that belly button in, keeping that pressure in our core engaged, and then we're going to pull the heel up. And what you'll notice is when you're doing this, you're going to feel your hamstrings and your glutes actually work. And you're going to be like, wow, like I feel like I'm getting like doing a hamstring curl right now. And that's what we're looking for. We want to get those hamstrings and glutes involved with the spine in line and neutral hips, right? So that's going to help create a new behavior for the body to relearn. And then we're going to go and breathe in, exhale, move, and allow that to happen, right? Now, with the toes, I like to bring the toes up towards your knee, just like a runner would, and then you're gonna bring that down. And again, keeping the pressure here. Make sure you don't lose that while you bring the knee up. Really important to keep that open, keep that pressure engaged. Inhale, exhale, and open that up, all right? We're gonna do that about like 5 to 10 times. And you'll feel that, and you can always, of course, move on the foam roller, see where it needs it more, right? Okay, and then the next one we do after that is we're going to go into this anterior 45 position, which is kind of like getting the outside muscle, right? So now we're going to put the foam roller not here, we're going to put it right here on the corner, not on the side, on the corner. So in between the quad, the front of that quad, and the front of that thigh and the side of the thigh, so right in that corner. So basically how we're going to get into that is very simple. We're just rolling the leg. I'll show you on this one. So instead of just being on top of it like this, you're actually just going to roll your leg, and you're going to feel yourself kind of go over this muscle. That muscle is the one that we're going to work on. So you're going to roll towards it. You're going to feel that roll over. Then from there, you're going to turn the ribs to that side too as well. So now you're kind of like on a side plank. So I'm thinking here and I'm breathing into this whole right side of my body. And the more you breathe into opening up the ribs, the hips, all this area while we're doing this, it's going to help open up that quad even more. So it's all about just using leverage techniques around this. So now we're focusing on pulling the belly button in to make sure the lower back's back. And then we're going to exhale and breathing into that lower back. So we're not arching it, and we're creating all this space on this side body. Then from here, we're just finding the spot where it's really tight. So you might move up and down. Where's that really tightness? And then for me, it's like somewhere around here. So I'm gonna focus on that. Make sure I'm on sideways. Then again, I'm gonna focus on breathing in. Exhale. Allow my body to relax into it. I'll do that a couple of times. Breathe in. Exhale. And then we're gonna add the bend to the legs. So the toes are gonna be up, the heels are gonna come back. Breathe in, exhale. Now we start that curl, right? So we go in, out. Okay, so the same thing. We're focusing on just making sure our core is engaged, making sure our lower back is back, and we're not letting it collapse inwards, but we're bringing it in. Open that up, allow your ribs to open up. Use this arm to help you leverage better, right? If you got to push away, breathe from in this. Breathe in and exhale. All right. And you'll do that on both sides. So remember, from the front, we're hitting it like this. The second, we're just moving our leg to the side to help open that up. All right. Do that for about, based off your repetitions and your breath, till you're loose, right? So it might take about 2 to 3 minutes for the first time you've ever done for on each leg, all right? Practice it, try it out.